Good morning, guys. Welcome to Ikkura Race to 100K. And yesterday was one of the most volatile, interesting days the market has seen in like months. Down, I mean, it opened down already, but then it fell a further like 5%, 6%. It's what a crazy day. And this is the 11th of June, 2020. I'm going to go first and present what I did, what my moves were, and where I'm at. But my first prediction is that I am exactly at $4,000.
Wow.
I think.
So you gained.
So I gained is my prediction.
That's amazing.
Let's see if I made the right move. Okay, let's log in and see how I did. Hello, loading screen. How are you doing? Please tell me how I did. Whoa!
Oh.
$4,766. Wow. Happy gains. So I knew it would be up a little bit. I wasn't expecting 4.7. I was expecting to be around 4. The reason yesterday I had these 4 puts on SPY at 312, and immediately in the morning you can see my portfolio value shot up. And I thought that we had bottomed out. So I sold them. If I had kept all of those puts, I would be close to $8,000 at this time. That's super FOMO from, that yesterday. But honestly, I did think the market had bottomed out. And so right then I sold all 4 and I bought calls instead. So let's take a look at my history. And I did so much yesterday. I tried to reposition so many times. Every time it broke through a new barrier, I repositioned. So you can see I still have some pending sells that are here, but let's scroll down to the bottom of the day.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Well, I tried to do a lot. So here's where I started. I looked at my puts and basically I tried to, actually I had 310 puts, not 312, sorry. So these 310 puts, I had 4 of them and I just went to sell them. One at a time. I wanted to kind of test if the market was bottoming out, and it looked like it had at the very beginning. So I sold one right at the opening bell for 600. And then I also thought we had bottomed out. So I sold my one Wells Fargo call. I would have loved to have held on to these. They actually, can we check and see in Robinhood? No, I can just see the price. So that's fine. And where things went from here is I put in other limit orders to sell. I canceled those. As the market started to go back up, I sold one more just at market price for 530. And then I put in a limit to sell my third one for 600 again. And then I started buying calls. So you can see I thought it was the right time to reposition. So I bought calls. I sold my second put as the market was bouncing up a little bit at the very beginning of the day for Wells Fargo. And then I bought a call on Wells Fargo because I thought that we were at the bottom and over the next day or two, we would see that rise. How wrong I was at the beginning of the day. So I did the same thing with the MGM call. I bought that. And then as the market started to move around a bit,
were you up yesterday?
What's that?
How late did you stay up?
I couldn't sleep. I stayed up until 1 a.m.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
So I saw where it was going. I'm like, it tanked too much. And I was really worried about where it was. So I mean, to that advantage, I guess, in a way, I repositioned, I bought this put, and then I mean, you could just scroll through this and see it. But basically what I did is I started setting some limit orders to buy calls as if the market dropped further. And I also bought puts. So just as hedges. So I bought this 307 put and this 300 put. And I ended up putting limit orders on these, and this one got sold. Like you can see this 225, and I sold it the same day for 353.
Yeah.
I wish that I hadn't done that. Like I hadn't put in that sell order, but I was putting these lines on the chart, looking at where I thought it could go to. And I felt that there should be resistance levels around like 310, 308, 304. And I was like, it'll stop there. And so I kind of positioned for each one of those areas. And honestly, if I had just done nothing yesterday and held on to those puts, it would have been much, much better. Instead, I hung out and bought a whole bunch of things and sold a whole bunch of things and wasted money that way. I guess if I had a little bit of conviction, if I thought that SPY was going to drop to 300 yesterday, I would have just been like, I would have held on and let it go, you know, but that was definitely not what I thought this morning. Well, in the morning of the market. So anyway, that's all of the stuff I did.
See your portfolio. I'm really curious. So like you had a whole bunch of calls that were expiring yesterday or something, didn't you?
I'm wondering if there's a better way for me to show the portfolio. I guess not. Okay.
But
so,
because you mentioned that, so I'm just curious. So you made 50%. That's phenomenal. But, or not 50% because you're 3K. But the number is a bit off, I think. But the question that I have, Z, is so your puts completely outweighed your calls, the loss in your calls.
yeah.
And you're still holding on to, it looks like you're still holding on to a number of calls, aren't you?
Yeah, all of the calls, I didn't sell them. I sold the calls that I could that expired 6/12. So I had a side call, I had another thing. I knew they were expiring. And as the market, I saw that it crossed the like 310 barrier. And that was kind of my signal to sell those because I didn't believe the market would bounce back up to like say 315 or 314 on Friday because it crossed over the 310. So that's going to be the I thought in my head, I'm like, that will be the resistance tomorrow to break through again. So it'll bounce below 310 no matter what, because it's a big psychological number, right? So as soon as it did that and was starting to close like every like 15 minutes candles below 310, I just said, sell everything I own for June 12th. And that's what I did. I got rid of everything I could, but this is my sold. I actually am going to lose like $25 on this tomorrow, it looks like. But for instance, this put that I purchased yesterday as things were going down, these were the best ones. I bought June 22nd, 300 SPY puts just as a hedge. Like I thought we had bottomed out, but I bought these as the hedge. And so for instance, these I gained really, really nicely on. If we look at my cost basis, so up 170% yesterday. You know, I bought them for 587 total together, and now they're worth 1,590. So not bad to do a couple of these moves. As well as the market was falling, I put in some limit orders. So this one is a put that expires tomorrow, 6/12. And so I bought this for 109, and you can see it also went up by 150%.
Yeah, that's amazing. Cool.
So these hedged the loss, but I still suffered really big losses, of course. Like I have these SPY calls, like the SPY 312 calls. I bought these as the market went down, but and kind of gradiated my buy-ins, but you can see I'm down $600 on just these calls. But luckily I chose a further out expiry date when I was purchasing them. Yeah. So I didn't lose too much. Like fingers crossed, there'll be a little bit of a bounce back and I can like get back to even on those as the market like bounces back, hopefully, right?
Phenomenal. Well done.
Thank you. So that's it for me. Now over to you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Ming. I'm about to show you my performance yesterday. I'm wearing a red shirt. Crazy day. one of the most exciting days I've seen in a long time. I've definitely lost money, but I'm quite okay with what I did yesterday because I rebalanced my portfolio to a level that I'm quite okay with. Well, as of last night when I went to bed, my portfolio was like 8.99K. It wasn't too bad of a drop. My puts really came in handy. And by the end of the evening, I was like 8.9K. But I was holding 22% in puts, 10% in cash, and the rest in calls. Now, my calls are all evaporated, but they have pretty long expiries. So I'm just trying to, have perspective and not freak too much. So let's open it up. My prediction is that I am barely above 8, maybe like 8.1, 8.2, something along those lines, because I think I was too heavily weighted towards calls last night still. Let's see.
You don't turn your Face ID on.
I don't have Face ID. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Hello.
Hello, free puts.
Hello, putty friendly put. Ah, hello. I'm quite happy with this. Let me go move into my orders and trades. Holy shit, I did quite a bunch of things too, didn't I? Let's start off at 21.47 at the bottom. Actually, this is a really good way to show what I did. All right, so I sold those 2 SPY puts at 3.15 that I was holding on to yesterday because they're gonna expire on Monday, and I wanted to free up a bit of cash. Same like you. If only I held, why don't I just hold these damn things? But it's hard to do that in the thick of things. So yeah, I sold those 2 to free up some cash. I immediately got rid of this silly 323 call on SPY, sold it for next to nothing. And I sold 2 of my Facebook calls that were in the money, barely in the money. I think I bought them for like 250 and I sold both of them for 313. I was just trying to free up some cash at that point.
Wow. This is very fortuitous though for yesterday. This is great.
Yeah. And anyway, so what else did I do? Oh yeah, first thing I did was I just bought a strangle, I guess you call it that, right? So I bought like, they're not the exact same. I don't buy strangles at the same expiry date because I always buy shorter term puts. But yeah, I bought some 315. I bought a 305 put and a 315 call. And what else? And I guess I sold my Deutsche Bank puts. I was trying to free up some cash. So I sold all of them. And I bought a very short-term Facebook 240 call. That's probably going to expire next to nothing, but we'll see. And it looks like today, oh, snap. I wish I hadn't set the limit order on these. But yeah, I sold them for 453, both of them. That's why I have more cash now, I guess. So I bought them at, I think I bought them at, man, damn it. I should have, same thing happened to you.
There's no way you thought that it was going to drop below that price.
Well, same like you, right? Like, so I try to go to bed at 10:30 or so. So I was like, okay, it's bottoming out. Let's start buying some calls, same as you. But the one really good move I made yesterday that I think really made a huge difference is that, man, it's all this Marriott put, man. Look at this.
Wow.
I mean, it's 15. I bought it at 298. And the thing is that I had set a limit order, Z. I was gonna sell it for like 1,000, but I was like, wait, if this shit continues to go crazy, the worst affected stocks are gonna be travel stocks. So I was like, let's just hold this a little bit longer, and this single-handedly saved my portfolio from death. So yeah, this is how it looks right now. I'm slowly removing more and more things, more and more stocks from my portfolio that aren't Facebook or SPY. And at 9063. Just checking this out. I don't think I lost too much. Yeah, I only lost 5%. So, I mean,
That's
you gained
incredible.
50%, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the losses that I managed to stem some losses while holding quite a lot of holding a decent amount of calls still. And I don't know, it's interesting, right? I have to jump off the call pretty soon, but looks like post-market things are looking relatively, hopefully there's going to be a slight reversal. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the 300 for SPY is a really, really big psychological number, right?
Yeah.
Like below 300, you start closing below 300 and things get a little bit hairy, and you could expect it to drop. But as long as it can stabilize here, then you expect a recovery. So we'll see. I think that this will be a lot of resistance for the market to drop below 300, and I don't think it will. That's my kind of hypothesis right now, and we'll see what Friday and Monday brings.
Yeah.
So it seems stable.
Cool. So let's cut it now because I gotta talk to Rod. But what a fascinating day, and look at how much we've improved in right compared to the last time this happened.
Yeah, incredible.
Right? Like I'm down 5%, you even up 50%, but like, hey, like we're playing both sides, and we'll be ready next time this crashes. This makes me actually very confident to be very bullish on stocks, because I know that when shit goes south, we'll know what to do. At least we know.
Well, and your philosophy of keeping this buffer, like 20% in puts, as the market slowly ekes its way forward and up, it works out really well and you gain money. And when it drops precipitously, which it does when it goes down, like typically it drops hugely, the puts outweigh the cost of the calls, or at least balances it out, which is
all you can lose on your calls are premium, but you have unlimited gains on the puts. So
yeah.
This strangle strategy, actually, I'm a big fan of it.
All right, guys, that is our show. We had some pretty good performance despite how badly the market went down yesterday. So we are definitely getting better at playing options. Hope you like this video. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel, and we will see you tomorrow, Friday the 12th. Bye.
Bye.